He scored over 1,000 goals, won 3 World Cups, and changed the face of football forever. From barefoot dreams in Brazil to global immortality, this isn't just a player, this is a phenomenon. You've heard the name, but do you know the legend? This is the untouchable story of Edson Arantes do Nascimento. Pélé. Early life and childhood. He was born on October 23, 1940, in a small town in Brazil called Três Corações. His parents named him Edson, inspired by the inventor Thomas Edison. But the name Pélé came later, almost by accident, a nickname that stuck and eventually echoed around the world. Growing up, Pélé knew what it meant to struggle. He couldn't afford a real football, so he'd stuff socks with newspaper to make a makeshift ball. His father, known as Dondinho, was a local footballer whose own career was cut short by injury. But he passed his passion on to Edson, nurturing his talent from the very beginning. Pélé started standing out with his neighborhood team, 7 de Setembro. By age 11, he joined the Bauru Athletic Club. His coach, Waldemar de Brito, a former Brazilian international, took one look at him and said something remarkable. This boy will be the greatest footballer in the world. Youth and professional breakthrough. At just 15, Pélé signed with Santos FC. It was the beginning of a love story between a boy and his club. In his debut in 1956, he scored. Of course he did. By 16, he wasn't just playing, he was dominating the league's top scorer, a prodigy. Newspapers crowned him O Rei, the king, and the crown fit perfectly. Club career highlights. Santos FC dominance. From 1956 to 1974, Pélé turned Santos FC into a football empire. He scored 1,091 goals in 1,116 matches, a number so staggering it almost sounds mythical. But the trophies were very real. 10 Campeonato Paulista titles, 2 Copa Libertadores crowns, 1962, 1963, and 2 Intercontinental Cups. One unforgettable moment, the 1962 Intercontinental Cup final in Lisbon against Benfica. Pélé, on Europe's grand stage, scored a hat-trick and silenced any doubts. Clubs like Real Madrid and Manchester United came calling with blank checks. But Brazil had other plans. They declared Pélé a national treasure to prevent him from leaving the country. That's how valuable he was, not just to football, but to Brazil itself. Intra-international glory, Brazil's golden era. Pelé's international career with Brazil is pure folklore. 1958 World Cup, Sweden, just 17 years old, 6 goals, 2 in the final against the host nation. He became the youngest player to score in a World Cup final. The world gasped and never looked away again. 1962 World Cup, Chile, injury cut his tournament short, but Brazil, fueled by his presence, lifted the trophy again. '66 World Cup, England. This was brutal. Opponents didn't just play against him, they tried to break him. Fouled relentlessly, Pélé limped out and Brazil exited early. 1970 World Cup, Mexico. His masterpiece, The Last Dance. 4 goals, including a legendary header in the final against Italy. Brazil won its 3rd World Cup and Pélé sealed his place among the gods. That 1970 team is still widely considered the greatest football squad of all time. By the time he retired from international duty, he had scored 77 goals in 92 appearances, a record that stood for decades. Playing style and skills. Pélé stood just 5'8", but he played like a giant. His vertical leap made him a constant aerial threat, and his technique was flawless. He had a cannon for a right foot, but his left was nearly just as lethal. He danced through defenders with dazzling dribbles, delivered no-look passes that seemed impossible, and scored with everything from bicycle kicks to toe pokes. There was flair, but also deadly efficiency. He fused street football's creativity with a clinical edge. He wasn't just playing a game, he was painting masterpieces. Challenges and controversies. Even kings face storms. The 1966 World Cup was one of Pelé's darkest moments. Targeted and brutalized by defenders, he walked off the pitch, injured and defeated. Later, some criticized him for staying silent during Brazil's military dictatorship, expecting more from a man of his stature. Off the pitch, he had public paternity disputes and was sometimes scrutinized for his endorsement deals and commercial choices. But these imperfections only added complexity to a larger-than-life figure. Legacy records, and awards. Pele's legacy is unmatched. He holds the Guinness World Record for the most career goals, 1,281 in 1,363 matches. He remains the only player to win 3 FIFA World Cups. FIFA named him Player of the Century, an honor he shared with Diego Maradona. Time magazine listed him among the 100 most important people of the 20th century. He wasn't just the face of a sport, he was its soul. Life after football. When Pelé finally left Santos, he brought his magic to the United States, joining the New York Cosmos from 1975 to 1977. He helped introduce football to American audiences and paved the way for future generations.